A wildfire forces police to evacuate homes and shut down a highway. The incredible video and why this could have been much worse.
Dealing with racism.
Rallying at City Hall, why Austin's mayor got heckled and how he handled it. And an in-depth look at the pushback against white supremacy across the U.S. We'll show you the largest rally and tell you why Charlottesville's mayor had a big change of heart. Tonight we're following a story that continues to develop. Crews are battling a wildfire near Bastrop. It forced the evacuation of dozens of homes and shut down part of Highway 71 earlier today. Tonight, CBS Austin's Raven Ambers is live near the fire. Raven, how are things looking out there?
All right, the fire is still burning out here. Right now we're on Highway 71 just east of Pine Hill Loop, and this is the wildfire behind me that caused 30 homes down the road to be evacuated earlier. Now this road was shut down briefly just a while ago. It's now back open to traffic, but you can see multiple acres of brush smoldering with thick smoke still in the air. Now it's hard to see that smoke right now because it is nighttime, but earlier this evening you could actually see the plume of smoke from as far as Austin. Now about a block northeast of us is where Royal Pines Drive is. That's where homes were being evacuated earlier today. It's now one of the streets. That's closest to this fire. And at last check, this wildfire was 35 acres and about 45% contained. Now around 9 o'clock, they started letting residents who live on Royal Pines Drive return back to their homes. And right now, crews are still working to contain this fire with the help from the Texas Forestry Service and a helicopter in APD's Air One. Now, this is a developing story, and we'll continue bringing you more information throughout our newscast as we get it. Reporting in Bastrop, I'm Raven Ambers, CBS Austin News.
Thanks, Raven. The governor put out a statement on the fire a little over an hour ago. Greg Abbott is asking all Texans to, quote, keep those in the fire's path in their thoughts and prayers. He's also ordered the Texas Department of Emergency Management to help in any way possible. Stay with us for the latest breaking developments on this story. We will continue to update it throughout the newscast, and you can always find the most up-to-date information at cbsaustin.com. The fire burning right now is only about 10 miles from where the Hidden Pines fire ignited in October 2015. That fire started with a tractor spark. 62 homes were destroyed. The Hidden Pines fire burned for 11 days, scorching about 4,500 acres. In September of 2011, the Bastrop County Complex fire was the worst wildfire in Texas history. It started as 3 small fires and merged into one massive blaze. The fire burned for 8 weeks, killing 2 people and destroying 1,600 homes. It also caused severe damage to Bastrop State Park and the Lost Pines Forest. Today, massive crowds gathered for rallies across the country. In Boston, a free speech rally featuring several alt-right speakers was quickly outnumbered by counter-protesters. Just a few dozen people showed up for the original event, while an estimated 15,000 people opposed them. Things stayed peaceful for the most part, but police did have to break up several scuffles. Smaller crowds came out to oppose the white supremacists in several other cities in the U.S., including Dallas and Houston. A large crowd also gathered in downtown Austin today. About 1,000 people showed up at City Hall for the rally against white supremacy. We talked to a demonstrator who told us Austin faces serious problems with race and changes need to be made.
Austin, Travis County is famous for that mindset of, well, that's someone else that's doing that. That's not us doing racism.
Both Mayor Steve Adler and U.S. Congressman Lloyd Doggett spoke at today's event, and while things stayed peaceful, Adler did face some hecklers.
Now, Austin has a long history dealing with racism.
Adler didn't let the hecklers stop him from sharing his thoughts on how to unite Austin. After his speech, we sat down with him to talk about the issues brought up during the rally. The mayor said Austin has a legacy of segregation that endures to this day. He also addressed the hecklers' concerns that there isn't enough being done to tackle that legacy.
Certainly, I think it's important for folks to express their views and for everyone to be pushing this city to do more than it's doing.
Adler went on to say he's particularly proud of the Spirit of East Austin initiative. That's a city program focused on breaking down historic barriers to jobs and opportunities in that community. Earlier this week, Adler was picked to lead a nationwide effort by mayors across the U.S. to fight hate, extremism, and bigotry. Charlottesville's mayor is now coming out against what he calls touchstones of terror. Mayor Mike Singer says all of the city's Confederate monuments need to come down. Earlier this year, he opposed the push to remove a Robert E. Lee statue from a city park. That same statue became the focus of last weekend's protests that ended with the death of Heather Heyer. Singer is now pushing for the monuments to come down quickly and for a memorial for Heyer to go up instead. Today, vandals targeted another statue of Lee, this one in Dallas. Police say someone spray painted the word Nazis on the monument. A city crew power washed the paint off early this morning, and police say extra patrols will be added in the park to prevent further vandalism. Yesterday, all of Dallas's Black City Council members called for the removal of that statue and 2 other Confederate monuments. While that statue of Lee will remain on display in Dallas, at least for now, another is already gone from Duke University. The school removed the statue from the Duke Chapel this morning after discovering it had also been vandalized. Someone badly damaged the face of the statue. It's not clear if the alcove where Lee stood will remain empty or if he will be replaced with another historical figure.
Here we are, another day over the triple-digit mark and no rainfall. In fact, a lot of thunderstorm activity to our north, so another day with thunderstorms in North Texas, but none of these made their way into Central Texas. You see Abilene, Sweetwater, some good convection up here. Actually, some severe warnings earlier, and those approaching now, light showers approaching Fort Worth. Nothing else going on radar, unfortunately. We would love to see some of that. Beautiful live shot, the Hilton downtown camera. There's the Frostbank Tower. Right now, still have a heat index of 92, actual air temperature 89. So very, very warm. Look at this, kind of a heat dome right over Austin. Sometimes you get in an urban area to trap some of that heat. 92 feels like 93 still after 10 o'clock, so you know we're in the middle of summer. Future radar brings us no relief. It's going to be warm all the way through the night tomorrow into the upper triple digits. Look at this, 103, 104, 104. Some of this scattered light Gulf activity may try to make its way into some of our eastern counties. Not a great chance of that. We'll tell you how much could be on the way in terms of the tropics. We got a lot going on in the tropics. I'll show you the latest on the tropics tracker, and we'll take an extended look over the next 7 to 10 days, show you just how much rainfall could be on the way.
One man is now facing charges after police say he stabbed 2 people during a fight overnight. Pflugerville police officers say they were called out to an apartment complex near I-35 and Grand Avenue Parkway around 11:40 last night. There, they found 23-year-old Jared Taylor and 2 men with stab wounds. Officers arrested Taylor for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Both victims were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. Elgin police are now investigating after a child was taken to the hospital after being given a drug at school. They say at least 2 kids were given the drugs by another student. Police are not saying what kind of drug was involved, but someone could face charges over the incident. The student who was taken to the hospital is expected to be okay. Today, an Amber Alert ended with 1 man under arrest and a child safe in police custody. Midland County deputies say Christopher Tondre took off with his 4-year-old son Caleb yesterday after an incident involving domestic violence. Today, San Antonio police officers and FBI agents found the pair in a Hallmark Inn on the city's northeast side. They say Tondre surrendered peacefully. He's now facing several charges. Tonight, Spain is mourning but displaying a broad show of solidarity after a series of deadly terror attacks. CBS News correspondent Terry Okita has more from Barcelona.